Hello my friends who are listening to Ebird Online, happy Thanksgiving! I hope everyone's having a wonderful time with family and friends, and I hope you're all eating far too much turkey. Right, so just before we get into things, I want to share this comment with you. And this is from MSWZ1MX. And he or she says, thinking of Cleo and Christian on this lovely Thanksgiving. That will always be, I think, my number one terrible Thanksgiving from the whole of the 90-day franchise. Christian, Cleo and Black Cloud all take a bow. That was absolutely hilarious. I think coming up a good second to that Thanksgiving was with Natalie and Mike, where Mike's mum allegedly called Natalie a hooker. Yeah, it's definitely between those two. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a Thanksgiving video just in case any of you are bored. A video on Nikki and Justin. Like I said last week, Nikki is just like a booking machine, lurching from one disaster to the next. And this week's absolutely no different. Guys, in this episode, the couple decide to go clothes shopping in preparation for meeting Justin's parents. So if you all want to assume the position, put your hands up towards your face, slap your palms into your cheeks, separate your fingers and watch this shiz through the gaps in your fingers like a peeping Tom, a cringing peeping Tom. But before we get into all of that, please don't forget to like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. A massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed so far. I really do appreciate it. But if you've yet to do so, consider pressing that big red button. And also guys, please remember to share on your social media if you know of anyone else who would like my videos. Thanks guys. Right, so without further ado, I give you Nikki and Justin. Now as we all know, Nikki's got the kind of face that, well, sometimes roughs up the retinas. And this week, Justin went out of his way to try and ensure that she toned down the drag queen porn star look. And I have to say guys, I think the results were pretty successful. But at what cost? At great cost to Justin, that is. But I do have to hand it to Justin. He was very upfront with Nikki as to exactly what he wanted and why.
We soon see my family, and I want you for this meeting to wear some more simple clothes.
Why are you always trying to have me dress simple? Like...
No, only for just this meeting, okay?
Okay.
So guys, you heard that very quietly, but she said, okay, so let's all be very clear. Nikki has agreed to tone things down a bit when she meets Justin's parents. But guys, I can't help but think, even though Justin said, I want you to tone things down a bit, and Nikki has agreed, I don't know how much she actually can. I mean, she still has the same breasts, she still has the same hips, and she still has the same Brazilian butt lift. So, I don't know, I think you could put a tent on Nikki, and she'd still attract the attention of everybody on any street. I don't think it's the clothes, I think it's more a case of the clothes horse. She really has got a blow-up doll of a body. And so the couple walk through a market stroke, I don't know, mall place, and they get to a clothes shop. So as Nikki walks in and peruses around, she said, I can already tell the fashion's going to be very disappointing. From what I can see here, I make her right. Anyway, she looks at a dress that's fairly low cut on a normal person and even more low cut on Nikki. And she said, oh my god, this is so covered up. And Justin said, what? This is way too revealing for my parents. I want you more covered up than this. Anyway, as the couple argue around the store, Justin explains to producers that Nikki's got like a cartoon figure. And I guess she has. It's kind of Jessica Rabbitish. And I think he's just finally clicking that whatever this girl wears, it's gonna be sexy. There's absolutely no way round it. And then Nikki lets us know what she thinks to the clothes in the Moldovan shops.
Going into the store, the clothes are very basic, boring, conservative, not my style. I could keep going on and on, but we don't have all that time.
Oh no, Nikki, don't hold back. Say what you really think. Anyway, the couple continue to look and they finally settle on a shocking pink pantsuit. And so Nikki tries it on, and Justin's very hopeful. He thinks it's going to be modest enough to satisfy his parents. Let's see if it is, shall we?
This looks nice, right, sweetie?
Oh, no, not for me.
My fiance thinks that this is too sexy. Do you think this is too sexy for Moldova?
Guys, she can't even be bothered to answer. Like I say, anything on that body, it's going to look sexy. It just is. And I've also got to say, her ensuring that the trousers were skin tight and her turning round, slightly open-legged and pushing her buttocks towards her fiancé, giving the perfect money shot, doesn't help in her desire to convince everyone that this is a parent-friendly outfit. Guys, I was just waiting for her to bend right over and start twerking. She did everything but. I don't know why she didn't just stand and face Justin. I feel fairly sure he would have had no problem with it had she done that. But then that's typical Nikki. Everything is for dramatic effect. Anyway, the couple finally leave the store empty-handed, and Nikki swears up and down that she has her own clothes, which are far sexier than this and far nicer. Really? Well, I guess we'll see. But what Nikki says next to production is one of the main reasons why I wanted to cover this storyline this week. Because she talks ad nauseum about her body, how she presents herself, and acceptance. And it's all, well, it's very interesting and very telling. So Nikki started out by saying, if someone's going to like you, they're just going to like you for who you are on the inside. Really, Nikki? If all you want is for someone to like you for who you are on the inside, why do you spend nearly all of your time and energy into altering what you look like on the outside? You're a makeup artist. You've got hair extensions, fake nails, fake tits, fake arse, pumped up lips, cheek implants. And I'd say by the looks of things they're about, 2 to 3 noses in. And I think that's about it. Oh, guys, I've forgotten the obvious. She's got false lashes. So at this point I have to say, come the fuck on, Nikki. You know as well as everybody else knows, how you present on the outside does matter. For instance, are you allowed to wear booty shorts to a funeral if they're black? Well, it adheres to the dress code in one way, but it doesn't adhere to the unspoken dress code in another way. Nikki, if the clothes that you wear are as insignificant as you'd have us believe, why do you spend 3 hours per day putting on your clothes and makeup? Why, I ask? That's why, because it matters. Fashion serves as a social construct that reflect cultural norms, values and trends. It's almost it's like a language without words. It conveys identity, status and belonging. So what exactly does Nikki expect Justin to do? Rewrite the collective social construct of the world?
I'm not going to change who I am. I mean, if they're going to judge me for the way I dress or the way I express myself, then maybe we're just not meant to be.
Really, Nikki? Guys, I've been watching this franchise for like 6 years or maybe more, 8 years. And obviously a key tenet of 90 Day Fiancé is that you're getting together with someone from a different culture, not just country, but culture. So clearly the Moldovan culture is markedly different from the American culture. So Nikki should have reasonably thought when she first tricked Igor into a relationship. Oh, come on guys, that's what she did. She should have reasonably thought she might have to tweak her aesthetic in some way to conform to Moldovan standards when she's in Moldova. She's now in Moldova, going to meet his parents, and she's literally refusing. I find that extremely unreasonable. Nikki, you've changed yourself inside, outside, and all the way bloody around. If you're not prepared to compromise in any way, shape or form, then I think it's almost certain that you're not meant to be. Anyway, next time we meet up with this couple, Nikki's getting dressed back at Justin's apartment, and she's sitting on the floor curling her hair, and she has on what looks like some amazing shapewear. Guys, hit your girl up in the comments below. I want to know what it is. Is it Skims? I've never worn shapewear, but I'm considering starting, so yeah, this looks good. Anyway, meanwhile, Justin's laying on the sofa and he's learning English from an app on his phone. He lets us know the reasons for him learning English. Guys, I couldn't get my breath when I heard this.
Sometimes when Nikki yells on me, I don't understand what she's saying. I start to learning the English app, so I will be ready for anything what Nikki said to me. If it's nasty, I will know now.
Guys, imagine having a girlfriend so poisonous that you learn another language just so you can measure the full extent of her toxicity. I've honestly never heard a more jacked up reason for learning English. I genuinely haven't. Anyway, Nikki's finally ready. And she comes out and guys, She looks amazing. I think she looks really good. She's wearing a beautiful beige and cream polka dot flowing dress. Even though she still looks sexy, it's kind of classy, older woman sexy. Her makeup's toned down, her fingernails are on fleek, and she's wearing an awful lot of jewellery, but every single piece looks beautiful. She does look amazing. Guys, she looks really, really good. I have to say, when she puts her mind to it, she really does know how to put an outfit together. I'm not talking about if you personally like the style or not, but generally, she knows how to put shit together, she does. But Justin's reaction, well, it was a little bit lackluster, to say the least.
Honey.
Finally, baby, you look more like a regular woman.
You like? Does it look presentable for your family?
No. I'm like, let me give it.
Well, she said she wanted compliments and now she has them. According to Justin, she now looks more like a regular woman. Thanks, Justin. Thanks so much. What a ringing endorsement. And the couple got in the car and they set upon the journey to meet his parents. And guys, this was the car journey from hell. They bickered all the way there. It really was something else. Every other 2 seconds, Nikki ended the relationship. She kept on saying, I'm not the girl for you. I'm not the girl for you. There's too much you want me to change. So Justin started out by saying, I really like you with more natural makeup. And she said, I'm not the woman for you. Newsflash, Nikki. I would hazard a guess at saying, I don't know, 60-70% of men say they dislike heavy makeup. And let's be fair, yours is the very heaviest. Now, I'm not actually that sure if they don't like it. Mainly because from what I've seen, they do seem to gravitate towards it. But that's another conversation for another day. But then it wasn't that long until we got round to the old conversation. Justin, I don't know if you're sexually attracted to me. I don't know if you're asexual. I don't know what's wrong with you. I just don't know. And yet again, he tried to explain, my sexual attraction comes from within inside. It comes from in my head. If we're arguing, I don't feel like it. And guys, Nikki does make me laugh because I know exactly what type of person she is. She's the kind of person who pokes and prods and pesters for sex. And then when she gets it, she rolls over, goes to sleep for 5 minutes, wakes up again and starts pestering all over again. No matter how much sex Justin gives her, it's never going to be enough. And that's my solemn prediction.
Your chest, I was touching your chest. You can't handle me. It's period. It's like, that's what it is. You can't handle me. You can't handle me. And we're not meant for each other. So we'll just leave it like that.
When Nikki said she wants sex, it's always what I'm hearing every day.
And guys, Justin then goes on to say he feels the pressure from Nikki every single day for sex, and it's too much for him. But then, as Nikki so often does, she snaps. And she screamed at the top of her lungs, I'm passionate and you're cold. You need a simple woman and I am not her. I will never be her. And then Justin, well, he said, I'm having to change my whole life for you, my friends, my family, everything. All you think about is sex and the money that you give me. I give you so much more than just money. And guys, I've got to talk about this because we're once again in the territory of the good old transactional relationship. And both of these parties know what the other one's getting. Nikki's getting a fit young guy and he is very fit. And she's also getting a stamp of legitimacy for her womanhood. And Justin's getting a green card and cold hard cash. I don't know which one's more significant, but I do know that Nikki has a sense of entitlement, which actually beggars belief. And that's where we end things for this week. So what does the Ebird make to all of this? I mean, listen guys, I've said most of what I wanted to say with regard to Nikki, but there's just one last thing. There's one thing I actually can't wrap my head around, and that's the fact that Nikki continually compares Justin's sexual prowess when he was 19 with his sexual prowess now he's 36. Guys, difference, big difference. Also, let's not forget the elephant in the room. She'd lied to him previously and he had no idea she was trans. So once you add these two things together, it's unsurprising. But our Nikki does love a good bit of gaslighting. She tells him, I think you're asexual. Something's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. You're not a red-blooded man. Nikki, plenty of other people are saying that to him, albeit for very different reasons. It's the same thing. It's psychological manipulation. trying to make them doubt their own self and doubt what they are, for nefarious reasons. I do feel very sorry for poor Justin. Half of his friends have deserted him, some of his family won't speak to him, and he's got a mean-spirited girlfriend who doesn't seem to consider his plight at all. She has a very, very bad case of centration. She sees everything only from her own point of view. And I touched on this a little bit earlier. According to Nikki, she's given Justin thousands of dollars over the years. According to Justin, it's only 3 nickels and a dime, but who knows? I've kind of got the idea that she's telling the truth on this one. And I feel as though Nikki thinks she's paid for Justin's services. I've paid you all of this money, so come on now, let's perform. And Nikki, that's not the way it works. Usually when you're in a relationship, the more well-off party might cover the less well-off party at some points. But you can't ask for sexual favours in return for that. And then finally, I guess I have got quite a few things to say actually. Then finally, we come to the issue of plastic surgery. I've said quite a lot about this within the video, but I just want to make one other ancillary point. Nikki always says, Justin's lack of appreciation for my aesthetic means that I don't feel validated. And he's messing with my self-esteem. I need someone to tell me, baby, you're hot, baby, you look good. Well, Nikki, he's not going to do that. He thinks you wear too much makeup. And he thinks the clothes you wear are too revealing. And I'd wager that probably 60 or 70% of the nation think the same thing. It doesn't mean you have to change at all, but it does mean you have to accept the fact that everybody has different taste, and what you now wear isn't his taste. Nikki is, well, paradoxical. She's a very contradictory young lady, to say the least. She tells us she wants people to get to know her and love her for who she is on the inside, but yet she completely and utterly prioritises physical appearance over other qualities. Not just in herself, but also in Justin. She lets us all know, Justin took money off me to get his nose done. Yeah, maybe he did. Who did he do it for? I bet my bottom dollar it's as much for himself as it is for you. Anyway, guys, I think that's more than enough of my ranting and raving. Guys, I'd love to know what you think. Please put your comments down below. Also, please keep it PG. A lot of people have been saying to me, Ebird, why are you removing comments? I'm not. If you say things that are highly transphobic, YouTube does the honours for me. Guys, all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate your support. And yeah, subscribe! You've been listening to Ebird Online and I bid you good day.